Hello, good evening, and welcome everyone. Nice to see you again. Well, hopefully you can see me and hear me. Of course, we have that awkward minute where I have no idea whether there's anyone there, and if there is, whether or not you can see me. So let me know in the chat if you can. Got all kinds of noises pinging at me. I don't know what any of those mean. It says we've got an excellent connection, so hopefully that means you can see me. We've even got a super chat already. Thank you, Jennifer, for the £2 super chat. Brilliant. I can go home now already. Well, I'm already home. I don't know what I'm on about. So, it's Friday night. We're here. It is the Fishy Business live stream podcast. What are we calling this thing? Must be a live stream. I don't know what the difference is, to be fair. We missed last week, so we've got some admin to catch up on. First of all, thank you all for joining me, those of you who are here. I'm going to need to clean my glasses because I can't see the chat. I'm going to need to get old man chat where they put it bigger so as I can see what's going on. But thank you everyone who's joined me. If you are here, give us a like down below. That always helps and it tells a few more people. We might get a few more people in. But we're sponsored again. Well, we were sponsored last week, but I didn't do a stream last week. But we're sponsored by Simon, super moderator. He sent me some Hop House 13 beers and a glass and some biscuits, which were bogging, but the thought was there. Thank you very much. I drank the beer last week when I was watching the football, when I was watching Scotland totally outplay England. And then get pumped by Croatia. But anyway, thank you very much. I think that's about 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 weeks in a row where I've not had to buy my own beer for the stream because someone's either sent me it or left me it. So I just can't thank you enough because this is it makes my heart sing. It's probably the best thing in the world when people buy you free beer. Anyway, let's have a quick roll call and see who we've got here, and then I tell you what we've got planned for the evening. Spoiler alert, nothing. Who have we got? We've got Noodle Sandwich, who seems to be having a conversation with himself. Maybe I can't see whoever it is you're talking to. Courtney's in, who's re-upped as an adventurer. Courtney Smith. Congratulations, Courtney. I don't know. I might not. Am I meant to be saying? I'll shut up, Graham. Courtney's got all her cock stickers back. That's all we want to know. I've just seen Jennifer's comment there. Courtney, we think you've had enough cock. Potentially. Anyway, we've got Scott's here, Tim's in, Fishman Aquatics, I assume that's Callum. Aquarium Adventures is here, that's me. Josh. Kaylee's in. We've not even started the giveaways yet and you're already here, brilliant. Mickey's here. Nightbot's here, brilliant, that's what we need. Simon's here, loud and clear. Great, you can hear me. Scott, Rockies, Tim again, more Noodle. Lee Kinsey, not seen you for a while. Sharpie's here, nice to see you again. Paul Horrocks, Aquarium Addict. Tony Chambers, hopefully all the guys who have won or bought any merch in the last few weeks, you've all got your stuff in the last couple of days. I've been inundated with people with pictures of all their new merch and stuff, and I got a load of new stuff. What do you think? I'm particularly pleased with this one. I think this is a great design. You'll see over my shoulder I've kind of strategically placed a couple of the other designs. We'll go into that in a little minute, but I'm really happy with them. Thank you very much, Phil. Anyone who needs any stickers or embroidery or shirts or teams or logos or whatever, go and check out Elite Logos for You. Phil Clark in the chat. Have a word with him and he will sort you out. Fishman Aquatics, just come on quickly to say congrats to Callum and Courtney and can't wait to see you on Thursday, Graham. Yes, so that's what I was alluding to earlier. Congrats to Callum and Courtney. Our 2 super moderators are about to become 3. So congratulations, or commiserations, depending where you're coming from, because you're in for one hell of a ride. But no, great stuff. It'll be over the moon for you, well chuffed. And it's... what they mean there is on Thursday, I've booked a day off work and everything, but on Thursday I'm going to go over and actually physically visit Fishman Aquatics and check out the shop and hopefully do a bit of filming and see what it's all about. And then we're going to do another Fishman Chats, just to make sure that everybody that's viewing the Fishman Aquatics Fishman Chat series gets totally fed up with me. Just going to go in and oversaturate myself completely. So that will be fun. Yep, Dawn's got her stuff. Aquarium Addict's got the towel. Oh, Rocky's not got yours yet. I'm sure it'll be on the way. Right, I think we've caught up. So, yes, we may as well talk about that. So, Fishman Chats. I don't know if you've seen it, but Fishman Aquatics. I'm not sure how I got into, or how we first met. Was it just because you guys started following this stream, or was it in Callum? We had a few back and forwards. But it's one of my favourite things to do, is to use whatever limited power or celebrity or whatever this thing is where I have a few subscribers, use that to help other people start their journey, and especially when it's your business, because this is just a hobby for me. I don't really care about this. This could all go away tomorrow for me and it wouldn't really be such a big deal. But where people are trying to make a living in this business, in this industry, I'd love to give them a helping hand and start them out. So there's been a number of whether it's YouTubers or channels and shops or hobbyists or whatever it is, people who have been trying to promote themselves, and if I take a liking to what they're up to, I'm more than happy to give them a shout out. Generally, they go on to rocket past me and completely leave me in their dust, so I hope that'll happen to Fishman Aquatics as well, because they're certainly going all out for it. But I don't mind that, because like I say, this is just a hobby for me. This is just a bit of fun to take some videos of all my various happenings in the fish room or in my big tanks or whatever it is. But if people are trying to actually give something back and give good advice, it might be, or a particular skill. I remember giving George Farmer shouts out, because I was like, oh, look at this stuff that he's doing. It's amazing. It's absolutely fantastic. Giving shout outs to all manner of people who they're no longer around, because most people, they start it, give it 6 months, give up and disappear off the face of the earth. But a few of them stick around and they go on to do really good things. So I wish them all the best. So I did the first Fishman Chats. Well, I can't even remember how long ago it was. It was when you were still filming things with a potato. But go and check out Fishman Aquatics YouTube channel now, because you'll see some of the later videos. They've got a proper old setup going there with mixing desks, multiple cameras, lights, microphones, the whole kit and caboodle, sets, everything. It looks great. So I'm going to go over there next week. I think it was Thursday. Is that the 1st? Yeah, because I saw my name up on your board of Graham, 1st of July, 2 o'clock. It will need to be earlier than that, because I need to leave at 2 o'clock. Because I need to get back to pick the kids up from school, rock and roll and all that, you know. But we can work in the details. So I'm going over there. We're going to hopefully check out the set, check out the fish shop, do a couple of videos, maybe get some content out of it as well. And then, yeah, you'll get to see all the results, no doubt. Anyway, so let me cross that off my list. That was the one note that I said. So I said I was going to tell you what we've got planned for this evening. Nothing, as usual. Fishman Chats, there we go. I can cross that off. I've got like 6 things. I'm relying on you guys to give me content as usual. So if you've got any questions for me, I need you to put @Aquarium Adventures in your question, and then it flashes up orange on my screen, and then I'll be able to see your question, and within 20 to 30 minutes I might even answer it. And some of my mods will hopefully highlight the questions when I inevitably miss them. Phil Clark and Fishman Aquatics baby grows. Yeah, my Spreadshirt shop sells baby grows, but yeah, Phil, I'm sure we can get in on that. I'm not sure if they have them on that website, but we'll check it out. That would be good. Josh can't wait for Reese and Graham video on the OnlyFans Fishman set. That's not why I'm going, and if that's what's going to happen, well, see where it leads. I won't be drinking though, so it'll be very difficult to convince me to get into anything too bad. So no, that'll be really good. I can't wait to check out the shop, because we've only done things remotely before, so it will be nice to see. You want Aquarium Adventure shorts? Okay, maybe we can do a special one-off order just for you, Callum. I can't think that shorts are going to be a big seller. But hey, what do I know? Will I be arriving in the private jet? I'll be arriving in the private car. It's got a private plate on it. That's close. Mr. Pretentious with his private plate. No, I shall be driving over, and hopefully it will all work out. So you never know. I've got loads of crap going on at work. I'll touch wood and cross my fingers and cross everything that's going that I'll not have to pull out, but it should be good. Right, let me just catch. Where did we get to? Reese is actually, yeah, I guess that was Reese. He's learnt how to use YouTube. Finally come into 2021. David Swain, hi friend. Friend, hello. Sorry, I didn't mean that. That was quite rude. Pardon me. Mark Astley's here. Nearly forgot it was Fishy Friday. Josh is buying more GARs. Do you know what? Every time I go on Facebook, I've got like 1,100 messages from Josh begging me to join GAR Aquatics or whatever your Facebook group is. You must have the most pushy mods in the world. It's like every 20 minutes I get a message saying, do you want to join GAR Aquatics? I've not got any GARs. Could you join it anyway? I don't want to. I've not got any GARs. Go on, join GAR Aquatics. It's brilliant. So, well done, Josh. You've grown that site to quite the thing. Vince Ransom has ordered some fish, arriving okay. The fish love it, especially the oak and algae wafers. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Somebody's just sent me a friend request. That never happens. Well, that's not true. It happens all the time. It's usually some dodgy sex pest. Spence Cloverleaf. Of Cloverleaf Foods, I imagine. I shall sort that out later. Sorry, I don't mean to mess about on my phone. That's very rude as well. Can't wait for Reese and Graham's video on the OnlyFans Fishman set. I'm a bit worried about this now. You're not the first person that said that to me. We did talk about having a second date, didn't we? So, but yeah, that's why I was talking about Fishman chats, because they're another one that I can see taking over my sub count and view count and going into the stratosphere. So they had Corey from Aquarium Adventures, I was going to say there. They had Corey from Aquarium Co-op on the other week, and it was a really good interview. I really liked that. I enjoyed that. You got him talking about all manner of things, like opening up about some of his business practices and why he does the things he does and says the things he says. So I found that really interesting, and that was quite the coup to get such a big name on so early on. So I hope you just keep the momentum going and keep going more and more and more. You're kind of going backwards by inviting me on next, but you've got George coming on. George Farmer's going to be on there soon, I believe. So that's another big name getting in there. Maybe we could sneak mine in under that, and then you can go to more and more bigger ones. So I'm really happy for you. It's always nice to see your friends getting some success. Where did we get to? Oh, Fishman Aquatics want short too. Simon will buy shorts. Courtney would buy shorts. Right, we're definitely getting shorts then. Right, Phil, we need to talk shorts. I'm pretty sure we can get anything we want as long as it's regular clothing, and we can put any of the... can we change that? There you go. Get some focus on them. So there's some towels with the different logos on. We've got the Mucky Doings towel. We've got the This Sucks towel in grey. I think that's my favourite one. I can't point at it properly. And then we've got the This Blow... can't work my arm. This Blows towels. So you can get any colour, any combination of logos on any colour towel or t-shirt or polo. T-shirts, really happy with these. Let's get me back into focus so you can see the true horror. There you go. So t-shirts, really happy with these. Really, really soft, cottony feel. I feel like this is like late night TV when you get the TV shopping channels. So don't worry about that. It's, but I really like this one. I think this has come out the best so far. So go buy my stuff. Anyway, enough of that. Graham, you did I did send a drink over. Have you had it? I did a wee post about it earlier. I haven't had it. I don't like tea. But I've got it here. Well, my wife is stealing the teacup, the tea bag that was in it. So, but thank you very much. I got all excited. Went, oh, how's he managed to get a bottle of Hop House 13 in such a small envelope? But no, brilliant. It was great. Thank you. Sharpie's been moving fish around today. Praycox rainbows into the 200 litre and a new male super red bristlenose Fred in with Ginger, my female. Fred and Ginger. Hopefully baby super reds before long. Yeah, I've only got... I'm having a mind blank now. Is it a male or is it a female? I've only got one super red in my bristlenose tank at the moment. And I've not seen any baby super reds for ages. So when we get moving to the new house, that's definitely going to be one tank. I'm going to get that set up properly. Because I do love my bristlenoses. I think they're fantastic fish. Plecos in general, big fan of. I mean, it's a bit, oh, you never see them, they're always hiding. But when you do see them, it's quite special. But with bristlenoses, because I've got so many of them, they're always out. There's always one out. And some of them are just fantastic with these big things. And these big things, they're bristles. But when I have people around, they either love them or hate them. So I think you fall into one of those camps. But yeah, I'm a big fan. Aquarium addicts want short shorts. Nobody wants short shorts. Everybody loves shorts. Susan for SLC Aquatics is here. Hello, Graham. What are you up to? Doing a live stream, Susan. Welcome. Nice to see you. I'm doing lots of actual work. My time is... I don't get any time. I'm always bloody working. I really just need to retire because it's just taking up too much of my time. I don't get enough time to play with my fish or make videos or any of the other things. Hardeep Diwali, sadly it didn't make it. Is this somebody asking me how my puffer's doing again? I apologise, yes, if that is what that is. Sorry, I can't see your comment, Hardeep. Oh, there it is. You've even followed the rules and written at Aquarium Adventures. How did your Fahaka do with the tank mates? It did fine with the tank mates, but the Fahaka itself died. Nothing to do with it having tank mates. Eventually I did separate it because I had it in with my Senegal bicher and it did go for it once and I managed to catch it going for it and thought, right, well that's the thing, I took it out. But it did live in there with some bristlenose plecos for a long time, never bothered them. But I think it's probably one of those things that's just not worth risking it. Probably. You might find a Fahaka puffer that will live with some other tank mates or tolerate other tank mates. But it's going to be very few and far between, and there's always that risk of it, just going for it. But yeah, I don't know what happened. It just up and died one day. Fishman Aquatic says, don't join, it's literally just the occasional image of gars. Yeah, once you've seen one gar, you've seen them all, surely. Joss will be furiously typing away now. Courtney says, I almost got an accidental shout out in the Corey vid. Yeah, I noticed that when they spun the camera around, I was like, please show the logo, please show the logo, please show it. Oh, she didn't show the logo because you were wearing one of my hoodies. Corey kept using the original Aquarium Adventures chat we did as reference to how good he wanted it. Oh, just saying that. Brian, what does the private reg have discus on it? Afraid not. It just has a random series of numbers and letters that makes you not able to tell how old my car really is. Kaylee's mucky doing. Towel arrived today. Thank goodness. Excellent. Would an Aquarium Adventures bra be a double A cup? Maybe I should look into getting a discus private number plate. That would be quite good. D15U51V. Yes, definitely. Thank you, Jennifer. Yes, if you do want to look at any of this merch, I should have said this at the time when I was doing my shameless shilling. aquariumadventures.co.uk. There's now only one merch section, so you can't get confused and go onto the Spreadshirt merch. So you can get all this stuff. It's all listed on there with some fairly dodgy pictures at the minute. We might update them when we get some, might get some proper models or something like that to model some of the stuff. But as Lily's Loft says, why buy anything when you can just win it? So we'll probably give, I don't know, should we give one of these towels away tonight? That might be a good giveaway. Noodle Sandwiches here. She's back. Is the like button broken? How many have we got? We've got 50 concurrent viewers at the moment with 32 likes. Come on, people. It doesn't cost you any money to just give me a little like. Would a 120-gallon tank be large enough for 6 large discus? I'm going to say yes. But I can never remember how many gallons are in real money. Is it like 4 litres to a gallon? 120 gallons... 120 gallons is 545 litres. So yes, it will definitely be big enough for 6 large discus. It's probably big enough for 12 large discus, or even 18 large discus. That's a good old sized tank. Pardon me. Lee says, I've had my discus lay eggs. Lee's comments disappeared. There we go. I've had my discus lay eggs twice in the past 3 weeks. The pair is a stinker German Wonder and stinker Brilliant Turk. The first time they did about 3 days before disappearing. Second time did 1 day. I've also suddenly got more stir by Corey. Not sure how many extras I've got, but certainly more than I started with. And the Mimbuna tank has gone baby mad too. It must be something in the water. Well, I don't know if it's... I don't know where you are, Lee, but round here it's been really, really hot for a few days, and then it's become really, really rainy. And I've noticed that my discus have started laying as well. But I think it is a trigger, the drop in the pressure, not the temperature, the pressure, yeah. Like your barometer changes because when it goes from really hot and humid and then it breaks and there's a thunderstorm, they will always lay on a thunderstorm. So I think there is something about that. There'll be some kind of... There'll be a reason, a scientific reason that someone a lot cleverer than me will be able to articulate properly, but it'll be, this is the rainy season coming, everyone lay your eggs, or something along those lines. So congratulations, I hope you get some success. Hey, Bruce the Budget Aquarist. I just got my linear air pump in the mail, psyched to build a central air system in the fish room this weekend. Brilliant. Stopped in to wish everyone well. Yes, central air is definitely on my to-do list when I get the new place. I've started some rudimentary drawings. I was going to show you a rudimentary drawing, but it's basically a rectangle of how I'm going to build out my fish room. But central air will be going in there. I've kind of got central air in that I've got one air pump with a million dividers pumping air through all the fish room at the moment. I'm going to do it a bit more professionally and properly in the new place. Was the Fahaka eating? It was eating, yeah. It was fine. It was... sorry, I'm just watching my wife leave. I don't know where she's going at this time. Where's she going at this time of night? Off to meet a fancy man, no doubt. Yeah, he was eating, it was fine. It was complete mystery. No idea what was going on. Mickey's Pleco is pretty active, loves a good munch on the old oak and algae wafers from Aquarium Adventures. I see what you did there, Mickey, nicely. Sharpie says, if I need a super red or two, let me know. I definitely will. Right, let's see if we can get down to the bottom before I introduce my latest feature. I've probably got down to the bit where Josh is commenting on me saying all cars look the same. I didn't really mean it. Oh, Bob says, my Fahaka's just over a foot now and lives with 2 8-inch Hoplo cats. Yeah, I think if you get a big enough fish, you've got a better chance. Obviously, if it's something bite-sized, they're going to have a bite of it. When I had him in with the Senegal Bicher, he was quite chunky. The Bicher was bigger, but he still tried to take a chunk out its tail. Click the like button or you can't win a giveaway. That's definitely true. Is 25 litres per discus a good rule of thumb? I really don't like rules of thumb. That would then say that if you had a 250 litre tank, you could have 10 discus. And you probably could, but it'd be a very tight squeeze. I think if I was going to use a rule of thumb, and I'm just making this up off the top of my head, I'd probably say you want to have 100 litre, no, let's say 50 litres for the first discus and then 25 for everyone after it or something like that. Maybe 100 litres and I don't know. I think 6 and 180, so whatever maths gets you to that point, that's my kind of minimum that I like to go in with. Dan says, how you doing? I'm doing good. I've just finished rewatching Friends, so that's why I said it like that. Do you heat the fish room or do you heat the tanks? My garage is very cold most of the time, so I'm thinking to heat the entire room via gas, and the setups will be 1,000 litres plus. So at the moment I heat individual tanks, but I also insulated the bejesus out of my garage so as that it wouldn't be such a big deal, because I think I only, so I can't, I'm in the middle of breaking down loads of tanks, so I'm trying to figure out how many tanks I've got at the moment, but I think I've only got about 6 or 7 of them actually with heaters in, a couple with those reptile heat pads underneath a span of different tanks, and once it gets up to temperature, the room holds temperature quite well, because if you put a heater in a fish tank, eventually the fish tank becomes like a radiator in a room. It emits heat if it's warmer than the room. So because I've insulated it so much, I think it holds heat really well. So to a degree, it's a bit of both. Scott, I've got mine in the post. Only cost £15 on Amazon. I've missed something, haven't I? Oh, an old school barometer. Yeah, definitely. Fishman Aquatics. Anyway, Mummy's working tonight as a nurse, so I've got the kids and they want to watch Godzilla vs. Kong, Daddy's Film Night. See you soon. See you Thursday. Thank you for stopping by. Paul says, how old are discus when they start to breed? My group of 10 are just over 12 months and not an egg in sight. They may well be doing it and clearing their mucky doings before you get to it the next day. So yeah, they will breed at 12 months. I've known them breed even younger than that. I've known them not do anything for a couple of years and then all of a sudden start breeding. I think it's to do with the conditions that they've got. If you see a pair forming, for instance, and you separated them and put them into a breeding tank and then fed the bejesus out of them, get them into breeding condition, you probably would see them start to breed. But if they're in a community tank in a pair form and you don't notice it, the other fish will be trying to get in on that and breaking up that pair, or trying to, or potentially they're laying and then eating their eggs almost immediately. So they will quite often do that when the lights are out, so you don't see it and you think, oh god, these are all duds, they're never doing it. So it's not easy to breed discus. I don't want to say that, put people off, but if it was that easy that they just did it like guppies, then everyone would do it and the market would be flooded with discus, and it isn't. Chris says, I've got a 350 litre tank and don't know what to put in it. Discus. I can't believe you even had to ask. A gulper fish, says Ian. GD15 CUS is only 290 quid. Yeah, that might need to go on the Christmas present list. $16.6 litres per discus. No, that maths is wrong, surely. Oh, we've got a new subscriber, look at that. Thank you very much, Stephen Gardner. You probably don't even watch this. Right, I've got a new thing. I need to show you my new thing. Before I do that, up here we've got Discord, so if you want to join the Discord, you can have much more interaction and chat on there and show me some pictures and all that kind of good stuff. But I've got a rogues gallery, so someone suggested the last time we did a live stream, why don't we all post our pictures of everyone wearing their Aquarium Adventures merch, or their hoards of food or stickers or whatever it is they've bought. So I've collated a little slideshow for all the stuff that we've got. If I move my big noggin out the way, you might see your face up there if you've posted the picture. So I'll put that there in the background while we get round the rest of these, and then we'll do a bit of a giveaway, shall we? 2 or 3 discus and a fluval flex then. Well, no. Well, maybe one of those mega flexies. They don't you get big massive fluval flexies these days. So I've obviously said something stupid and not realised it. I would go for... So if I had a 180 litre tank, that's the minimum tank size I would keep discus in, and I would go for 6 discus in that 180 litres. Which doesn't... That seemed like a really easy thing to work out, but I'm going to just check my math there, which is 30 litres per discus. So yeah, it's there or thereabouts. So I'd say 50 litres for one discus and then 25 litres for each individual one you want to add after that. But keep a group of 6, unless you're breeding, and then 2. That makes sense, doesn't it? So if you wanted... I'm just going to do maths in front of you now, so we don't need to do that. But I hate these rules. 10 gallons per discus, 25 litres per discus. You can only keep 1 inch of fish and 1 inch of gallons, or whatever it is. Nonsense. I don't want to go off on a rant or anything like that. Oh, don't worry, wife returned. She's not away to see a fancy man, or it was a very quick visit if it was. I imagine she's gone to the co-op. So let me know if you see yourself up here. I think that was Supermod Jen's just gone past there. Yeah, I really don't like the rules, so I don't do rules. If you want advice, I'll give you general advice, but I don't like to give a rule because it's too restrictive, because someone will have a situation where that rule doesn't apply, and yeah, I just don't like them. I wonder how upset people would get if I did start breeding discus and a flex. I'd say very. The discus world is very... It's very easy to get a rise out of people in the discus forums. Some people are very set in their ways about how things should be done, and nobody will tell them any different, and that's how it should be done for the rest of time. I've had my discus about 16 months, I think, and however old they are, when I get them at 6 to 8 centimetres, that's the first time I've seen them laying eggs. 6 to 8 centimetres, that's pretty small. What's that in inches? I know I'm switching between metric and imperial, and I do have a ruler over here, that's why I'm just making all this noise. So that's like 1, 2... Oh, someone else is subscribed or something. Chris has joined the adventurers. Thank you, Chris. I'll tell you about all the benefits. Oh yeah, that's like kind of 3 inches, isn't it? Yeah, so that's quite small. So if you've grown them on in 16 months to breeding size, yeah, no, that makes sense. Lily, have you just seen your husband? Look at the bank robber. We've just seen Jen the bank robber, and there she's unmasked herself. Yes, Chris has joined the adventures. Thank you very much. If you're interested, you get access to all manner of things. You get to have a little circle around a logo, and you get access to special emojis and things. You get to call people a cock. Yeah, brilliant. What else could you want? If you go for the hero one, you also get a discount in my shop. So if you want to buy anything and you're a hero member, jump on the Discord, let everybody know that you're a hero member, and you'll get access to the discount codes to give you some money off. Sound too low? Have I hit something? I probably have, haven't I? Is that better? Is that better? Is that better? I'm going to need to plug in headphones to see if I can hear myself, aren't I? I'll just keep waffling on. You can tell me if you can hear me a bit better now. I did hit something, you're quite right. There's a button over there. It's very easy to hit. So I'll go on about. I'll say that again. Welcome. Thank you for joining as a member. You get access to all kinds of emojis and cock stickers and all that kind of stuff. If you join as a hero member, you also get a discount in the shops. So you can make yourself known in the Discord. We'll give you access to the discount code and you can get 10% off absolutely everything. So there you go. Another super chat. Thank you very much, Wendy. $4.99. Love a bit of discus chat. That's the only thing I can speak confidently about. So it's the only thing. I'm not an expert in anything, but I have most experience in discus. Where did we get to? Dan's Aquarium. I went to Pets at Home today to get some new fish. Every tank had a dead fish in it. Well, I mean, that's not a thing. That's not a Pets at Home thing. That's a problem on just bad fish shops. There are independent shops that are a lot worse than some of the Pets at Home around here. And Pets at Home, there are perfectly good ones as well as perfectly bad ones. It just depends who you've got working in there. So I would stay away from that one. As Mr. Skeedle says, stay away from it. It's not worth it. Quite right. Good. I'm glad you can all hear me now. Maple Street Aquatics or Mipplstrot Aquatox. Hello, Aquarium Adventures. Hello yourself. You streaming tonight? Shall we send some people over? I'm sorry I had the week off last week because we had the football going on. Can anyone remind me what the score was last week? It was Scotland versus England. England. Everyone kept telling me England were going to score 6 or 7. Oh yeah, it was 0-0, wasn't it? Any recommendations of where to buy large pieces of driftwood, 3 or 4 foot pieces? Where are you, Hardeep, in the world? So there's a place near me called Wharf Aquatics in Pinkston in Nottingham, and they have a massive selection of driftwood, and they definitely have some 3 and 4 foot pieces there. There's a place called Aquarium Gardens, which is more down south. They also have a wide selection of all the hardscaping stuffs. They are the 2 places I know of and have used in the past. But I really don't know where you would go. I'm sure you'll tell me in a minute where you're from, and I'll see if I can think of anything. For some reason, I want to say you're in Scotland, but I have no idea why I think that. As Phil says, all Aquarium Adventure logos available on all things. So shirts, polos, towels, soon to be shorts, hopefully you can get them on there. All this discus talk reminds me how much I miss them. Yes, well, you're not going to get anything but positive things about discus on this channel. It's my favourite fish by far. Well, my favourite type of fish, my actual favourite fish, is probably my individual flowerhorn fish. But I do love a discus. So anyone's got any questions, by all means, go on. Nobody lost in the football, quite right. I'm claiming that as a victory, though. Got nothing else to watch now anyway. We've got no more football. It was a boring game. I know, Scott. I do. Who are Scotland playing in the last 16? Right. How do we take moderator status away from someone? Oh yeah, it's quite easy. I won't do that. Thanks for the stream, Graham. See you, says Susan. Thank you for stopping by, Susan. London. So you're not far from... why can I not remember the name? Early onset dementia. Aquarium Gardens, that's what I want to say. Let's have a look and see if I can find out where Aquarium Gardens is. I want to say that's down South Londonish. Huntingdon. So, it's not London, obviously, but it's there-ish. I've never really been in London aquarium shopping, so I'm not sure what they've got around there. That's as close as I can get you. So if you fancy a wee day trip, a couple of junctions up the A1, you get to Aquarium Gardens. That should be quite good. Should we do a wee giveaway? What do we think? We're 40 minutes in. I think we could. pardon me. The only loser was football itself. That's not true. England lost more than Scotland lost. A draw was a bigger result for us. Horizon, yes, I've heard good things about Horizon. I'm not sure where they are. If only there was a way we could find out. Newton Aycliffe, I've got no idea where that is. Doesn't sound very Londonish. It's not, because it's up past Middlesbrough. Just south of Durham. So in between Durham and Darlington, Horizon Aquatics, unless it's a different one that I'm not aware of. How do you get pics into your photo feed? Your pics, so go on to Discord. Link up there or in the description of this video or any of my other videos. And then we've got a channel called Fan Pics or something like that. I almost said something very, very rude. So there's one of the channels in there. Stick a picture of you wearing your merch or holding your food or whatever you want, and we'll display that next week. Good pair of cargo shorts with pockets big enough for a tub of food and deep enough for a bottle of beer. That's shorts they need, isn't it? Scott's heading there tomorrow, Huntingdon. Well, tell them I sent you. Maybe they'll give me something for free. At our age, it's not early onset. I'm not that old. I had somebody else tell me today that said, "Oh, I think I'm a couple of years older than you," and it turned out they were 56. I'm only 43, 44. No, what year is this? 2021. Yeah, 44 this year. I'm only 43 at the moment. We were going to do a giveaway, weren't we? Chris Cairns is in rural Scotland. Need to buy everything online. Quite right. I know your pain. But there's some good places in Scotland as well. Well, I'm on one of the Scottish Facebook groups, Fish Keeping Scotland or something like that. And I've seen, I need to find out what the name of it was, but I've seen a few pictures where someone's been showing us all the hardscapes in one particular shop. I'll need to look that up afterwards. I'll never find it on Facebook. MV Aquatics. I can give you a discount code as well. Never heard of MV Aquatics. MV Aquatics and Fitness. That can't be that. MV Aquatics Facebook. Aquatics Maldives. I think we might be going off at a tangent. Right, I think it's time to break out the Cayley wheel. Give me a second. I shall log into the thing that makes the Cayley wheel go round. Oh, we don't need the Cayley wheel. We'll give away one of these. So we just go straight into the prize, can't we? That's what we'll do. Damn, you've had a hard life, Graham. I'll have you know I had 415 papers on my paper round when I was 12. I lied about my age just so as I could get my paper round earlier. So you had to be 13. So yes, I have had a hard life and I have had a big paper round. And I used to work at the golf course and do the starters and have to be up there at 6 o'clock in the morning every bleeding day. Has anyone noticed price hikes on aquarium products yet with Brexit and the pandemic, etc.? Me, this guy, yes. My this is one of my favourite foods, which is the soft Artemia that I buy by the kilo. And just, well, maybe 3 months ago, something like that, I put in my last big order and it almost doubled in price. It's come down a little bit because I think they've been working hard to find distributors in different countries that can get things in a little bit easier. But it's still, I had to buy massively in bulk. I had to buy not a pallet, but a load to get it for the same price I was getting individual kilos at last year. But yeah, anything that's coming from outside of Britain, basically anything that comes outside of Britain, it's just got massive tariffs on it and hikes. It's really bad. And not that I've got that many things that I buy from outside the EU, or outside the UK rather, but everything that I have bought, like those sponge filters, I really like those twin sponge filters. And I used to sell them on my website, but I get them from China but even they went up like 3, 4, 5 times the price. It was quite the thing, quite the eye-opening thing. Oh, try doing the milk when you're 12. No, I could never do the milk. That was one of the ones I did consider as my job when I was at school, but I just couldn't face getting up at 3 in the morning or whatever ridiculous time they used to get up at. You can't even stock gravel. It's like £1 billion. I know. You might be able to find like non-aquatic specialist gravel a bit cheaper, but yeah, it's quite the thing. I've seen. Oh, Rebecca's in. I've not noticed massive issues other than JBL being a pain to import. I've been speaking to JBL recently, actually. Because if you remember my 10,000 subscriber special, I gave away a load of JBL goods. So I got in touch with them again, mostly to say, well, mostly because I wanted them to send me a load of stuff that I could use once I've moved house to restock all my tanks, but mostly to say, do you fancy doing something again? And they were saying that they used to, if they sent a parcel, so they sent me a big massive box last time, and they said that they could send it for something like £12, but now it was 60 something, so they're just not doing it, which is kind of alright, I guess. So I don't blame them for not wanting to send me free stuff if it's going to cost them even more just to ship the stuff there. Right, I was going to do a giveaway. That's what I was going to do, wasn't I? Pardon me. So, what do we want? I've got 3 towels there. I'm going to give away this one. So I'm keeping this one for myself because I really like it. Might as well show you this while it's here. So this is the other new logo, the This Blows logo on a t-shirt. So this is This Sucks. This is This Blows. Really happy with the way they came out. Really good quality on these ones. Thank you, Phil. Done a great job. So, if you fancy winning a towel, and that noise is not me farting, it's my squeaky chair on its cuff. We've got a This Blows towel, so you can win this towel. Great for all your mucky doings, or if you're not follically challenged like me, you could use it as a hair towel. Lovely big towel. Can you guess what's coming next? Yeah, I'm going to tell you about the hanging loop. What a feature. So you can hang this anywhere you want, next to your fish tank. Doesn't have to be crumpled up in a ball on the floor under your cabinet or anything like that. Just getting all stinky. Really good size. It's a towel. It's a good towel, but I like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask you, if you want to win one of these completely free, all you have to do is you have to click like on the stream. You have to click subscribe. You have to send £1.99 to Graham at... No, you don't have to do that. You have to click like, you have to click subscribe, you have to live in the UK or be willing to pay the postage if you do not. And there's other rules. All the general, normal rules. But let's find the bit where we do the giveaway. And we'll go over to the big screen and the little screen, little face. What am I on about? Come on, Graham. Get it together. Desktop. Transition. Right. So, everyone gets a chance to win. We're going to do a keyword. How can there be 4 eligible users when I haven't even put in a keyword yet? Have you guessed what it's going to be? The towels are 50 by 100. There you go. We can rely on Phil for the details. But they're great. Super absorbent. Yeah, I mean, if you're anything like me, you have a partner that gets a bit upset when you use the bath towels whenever you have a little bit of a spillage on a fish tank. I don't see what the problem is, but for a very reasonable price, you can get yourself a dedicated fish towel. I might have broke something else again. I'm noticing some questions with discus. Right, we will give away this bleeding towel in a minute, but how many times a day would you feed your discus? I have 6 and they're around 9 to 12 months old, currently feeding 4 to 5 times a day. Oh, if they're around 9 to 12 months old, I'd be feeding twice a day, probably. I would only be looking at 4 to 5 times a day if they were really, really small, like kind of the 2 to 3 inch range. It's hard when it's finar. It's hard when it's younger discus because they do need feeding more often than larger discus. Large discus, once a day, fine. I feed mine twice a day. I try to feed them twice a day. Quite often I'll just feed them once. But yeah, 4 to 5 is a bit overkill unless that works for you, and then it's fine. Quite often when I have my auto feeders running, I'll set them on for 4 or 5 times a day, just little amounts, because my discus like to graze. But yeah, it's not abnormal, but it's also not required. We have a word suggestion from Courtney. I think we'll go with that. So, type in the chat. That blows. All one word, just like what I typed in there. If you can see that. THATBLOWS, all one word. And then you could be, there we go, 0 eligible users. That's what we want. It's because it was on the active users thing. Fine. Right, so yes, type in that blows. You have to be a human living on this planet, willing to pay the postage if you don't live in the UK. And click the like button and click the subscribe button. Tell your friends even, that'd be good. My channel is properly tanking these days, so I need all the help I can get. But yes, type in that blows. I'll give you a minute to do that while I open my bottle numero 4. I've lost my bottle opener, so I'm having to resort to this. And as Phil is saying there, we can do logos on most colours of towels to suit people's requirements. So I think on my website I've just got towel. Callum's put a space in between that and blows. That's not how it works, Callum. But if you let me know with your order, if you want a red towel with blue writing, we can probably do that. Right, and now you get to see how terrible a barman I would have made. Chris, you've put a space in between that and blows. That's not bad, is it? Thank you again, Simon. I can now be classy on stream, not drink out the bottles. Give you another minute, people, if you want to. If you've just joined, we'll do all the admin. So, welcome to Aquarium Welcome to Aquarium Adventures, where you can find all your fishy needs fulfilled. Click on the like button, click on the subscribe button down below. If you want to, click on the join button. You can join the adventurers. The normal basic level, you get access to some extra stickers, emojis, that's the word I was searching for, as well as the enormous sense of well-being that you supporting a video creator. That's what I am, apparently. And if you go for the hero membership, not only do you get to see your name up in lights at the end of every video for all time, you also get a 10% discount for anything at aquariumadventures.co.uk. I've just heard a noise, which means someone has done a thing. I don't know what thing they've done. I think we've had another new subscriber. Thank you very much, that person. A Scotsman needs to know how to pour a pint. I just need to know how to drink a pint. I think that's my main skill. Right, are we ready? We've got 34 eligible users. I'm going to have to... Have I done it wrong? Is that what... Have I done it... I don't really care. Tastes nice. How should I be pouring my pint? You're going to need to educate me then. I thought it was 45 degrees, pour. As you get to the top, straighten up, and then you get a little bit ahead. I've never worked in a bar, as you can see. I've visited many bars, but I've never worked in one. There you go, Jennifer's showing you all the special emojis that you get access to just by being a member. There will be more and more goodies or incentives released as the weeks and months go on. But right now, we're going to do the giveaway. So I'm going to click that button there that says roll it. And someone's going to win a thing. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Sharpies, Model and Aquatics. You have won. Whoa, I broke something again. I've probably muted myself now and no one can hear me. But there you go. You win this wonderful red towel with the This Blows logo. Congratulations. I really think we should have some kind of music or something. Like, yay, fireworks going off. I need a graphic designer, don't I? Congratulations, Sharpie. You have won a towel. Right, Big Face. Let's go back to Big Face. little bit of head. That's everyone likes a little bit of head, don't they? See, I missed my vocation. I thought that was quite good. As long as you get everything in a glass. What more do you want? Look at Kaylee. Well done. Thumbs up emoji. You can tell she's just seething, going, wow, that's my prize. It's my job. I win all the giveaways here. Who are you coming in here stealing my prizes? We'll do another giveaway, in fact. Why don't we? Why don't we? I'm going to do this as a bit of a... don't press that button. I've got all these stickers, you see. So we've got That Blows stickers, This Sucks stickers, we've got Cock stickers, we've got My Face stickers, we've got I Follow Aquarium Adventures stickers, we've got all manner of stickers. So if you'd like to win a pack of stickers, pardon me, I thought drinking out a glass would have me less gassy than drinking out the bottle. Hasn't worked. So let's go straight in with another giveaway. Crazy, I know. Will we ever survive? Send me your address in Messenger. Yep, perfect. I mean no offense with this. I hate it when people say that because it usually means I am offensed. But the ads on your website are far too much. You know what? You're right. They are. One day I'll get around to fixing that. There's only so many hours in the day. So if anybody is a struggling web developer and wants to do a quick job and sort out the ads on my website for mucho dinero. No, not mucho. What's the opposite of mucho? Very little dinero. I don't know. We could do a deal for some fish food or something like that. Otherwise, at some point, I'll get round to it. I know it's probably driving people away, but like I say, this is just a hobby for me. Right, another giveaway. Right, small face. Did I get your order from Callum Smith? I don't know. Have you ordered something? Oh, don't want to do that. Let's have a look at the old emails. I did get your order, Callum. A medium charcoal polo shirt with the puffer logo. Yes. Thank you. It's working. I shall pass that on to Phil in the morning. Right, where am I at? Stickers, that's what we're doing, isn't it? Stickers. So if you want to win some stickers, God, so professional. Type stickers into the chat. And if you don't want to win some stickers and you're fed up seeing people write stickers, ask me a question. I've got some topics to cover. We've done the Rogues Gallery. We've done congratulations to Callum and Courtney. We might have to do something special for Callum and Courtney. See if we can do some kind of baby grow or a sponsor stream for the Supermods. We've covered the new merch. House news, we've not done house news. Questions, yeah, if you've got any questions, at me, and then we will answer those questions. Pond chat and video ideas. I've written down pond chat and video ideas. I can't remember what I wanted to chat about ponds. And video ideas is basically I need some ideas of what videos to make because I'm running out of time these days. So we will go through these stickers. Anyone who tuned in as I was listing the stickers will get the wrong idea. This sucks, this blows, big cock. I don't see what your point is. Last time I was on the AA website, I got a Pornhub ad. Well, it does tailor ads to your preferences, so I don't know what to say to that. Stickers. Oh, Callum's bought you a new polo. Excellent. See, now, I think you've gone wrong here, Callum. You should have used the discount code. Aren't you a hero member? You'd have got 10% off. So, special limited edition baby Aquarium Adventures gears. That's it, Simon. You're thinking straight there. That's what we need to get. Baby grows, definitely. Jennifer in with the innuendo again. Large cocks are best. Well, yeah, I didn't think you were drinking tonight, Jennifer, but that's just disgusting. Vince wants some stickers. Craig wants some stickers. Phil wants some stickers. It always surprises me when Phil wants stickers, since he's the one that printed them for me. Right, I think we've got 22 eligible users. Only 22? So there's 48 people watching and only 22 want stickers. Is that because I've sent away so many stickers, everyone's already got some? Oh, you're not actually a hero member. Oh, there you go. You don't deserve a discount. Maybe we can extend hero membership discount status to moderators and helpers. I'll talk to you afterwards. Yeah, I'm talking about the stickers, sure. Right, only 23 people want stickers, so I'll give it a couple more seconds. Remember, save up your questions, otherwise this show is going to end quite quickly because I've got nothing else prepared other than ponds, which I can't remember why I wrote that down, house, and video ideas. So let me know what you want to hear about. Pardon me. Rob won some last week, so it's someone else's turn. You lie, Rob. I wasn't even on last week. Must have been the week before, but yes, I remember sending you some. Stickers, 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 stickers. Right, I think I've said stickers enough times to justify pressing the button now. So I've just seen a comment saying Graham's face on a nappy that tickled me immensely. Anyway, let's see who wins some stickers. Phil has won some stickers. Phil, send yourself some stickers. Aquarium Addict has won some stickers. Don Ransom has won some stickers, and Callum Smith has won some stickers. All you people who have won stickers, another of the rules is you must email me. I don't want anyone sending me an Instagram message that I don't see for 6 weeks. I want an email to graham@aquariumadventures.co.uk, and I will send you some stickers. You just need to tell me where to send them. So that goes for you as well. John, well, you message me all the time, so it's fine. I shall see that one, but I really want emails because it helps me with my workflow that I remember where and when to send the things. Right, let's go back to Big Face. Any more questions? I see Hardeep, Aquarium Adventures. See, Hardeep's following the process here. I like it. Corey will be over in October to the UK. Will you try to meet him? Oh, I don't know. I'd love to meet him and pick his brains for a while, but I'm sure he's got better things to do than talk to the likes of me. I won't try to meet him because I think that's a bit invasive and I don't want to annoy him or anything like that. But yeah, it'd be nice to meet him and say hello. There is a thing going. I don't know. When is that happening? Just bear with me a second while I look something up. Because I did notice when he was doing the Fishman Chats thing, he mentioned that he was coming over to the UK, and I wondered if it was the Aqua Telford or the Aqua Show that's in Telford that he was going to, because I am going to that. So I thought, I wonder if he's going to that, and maybe I'll bump into him and I can say hello there, but I don't know. And that is in October. That's what I was away checking there. So I would, I'd love to meet him. I really like his channel. I really like him. Everything that he does and says, even though I don't agree with everything. I mean, I don't agree with a lot of things some of my best friends say. So I don't think that's a requirement that you have to agree completely with everything anyone says. But I usually understand the reasons that he'll say certain things. So yeah, I would like to meet him. But I have no plans to meet him. I guess that's the way to answer that. Do I have any experience of Medaka, the rice fish? I can imagine they'd be your kind of thing with small fish. I have experience as in I've watched a lot of videos about them, but I've never kept them. And I would really like to. My little barrel pond, I would definitely keep them in there, something like that. The reason I've written down pond ideas is because I'm hopeful. Combine pond news and house news in the same thing. And you'll have to indulge me here just in case my mum or dad are watching. I can tell them what's going on at the same time. But I'm buying a new house, or I'm hoping to buy a new house. We have finally agreed a price. So for those of you who don't know and probably don't care, I'm going to explain anyway. Buying a new house, put in an offer. Offer was accepted. The surveyor went round and went, there's been a massive fire on the roof and the roof's going to fall down. So we've been arguing about how much to fix the roof and who's going to fix the roof. Are they going to fix it? Are we going to fix it? How much money do we take off the price to fix it? So the guy who's selling it had a proper hissy fit and threw his toys out the pram. Was like, yeah, if you don't sort it out now, I'm walking and I'm going to put it back on the market and relist it. And we had a bit of a poker face off and last man standing type thing to agree a price. So we both threatened to pull out and we both threatened to walk away, and that's the same thing, Graham. But we finally came to an agreement that we were both happy with. I'll leave it at that. There's a much bigger story which I'll tell in private to anyone that wants to know, but we finally agreed on a price so we can at least move forward. So it's almost certainly going to happen now. So the next thing to do is just pick a date when we're actually going to move. But that leaves us with some things to do, because I've got obviously this big double garage which I want to turn into my fish room. The garage door is a bit knackered. It's one of these automatic ones, but it's a double one, and the electrics inside are just, it's a fire hazard for the garage electrics. The garage door opener is hooked up to the lighting circuit, so it's all kinds of things need to go on in there. So we need to get the electric sorted, and I think what I'm going to do is probably block off half of the garage and use that as my fish room, so as I can do all the proper insulation and all that kind of stuff. I can get all the electrics sorted and run power strips all around. I can do my central air in there and properly wall it off with plasterboard insulation, plaster and everything, and make it almost like an internal room. And then I can have the other side of the garage, or bit of it, to store bikes and barbecues and all the normal stuff you store in garages. Not cars, because no one stores cars in the garage. So there's that. But I think a couple of weeks ago we talked about it. Outside the garage, or in one side of the garden, I want to have a pond, and I'm going between reasonable pond, like your kind of 10 foot by 4 foot rectangular pond, dig a pond or buy a pond. You get these easy ponds and things like that. I've been looking into them a lot recently. Still plenty big enough, and big enough to keep koi or whatever I want to keep in it. But the garden's pretty big, and this area that I've got marked out for, where wife has said you can have a pond here, it's massive. It's like 30, 40 feet by 50, 60 feet. It's more like a lake. I don't know if I want to take on that size of project. And I might need a lot of help to take on that size of a project. But that's probably going to be a 2022 project if we do go for the big pond. So I've been spending a lot of time watching a lot of pond videos. So apologies to anyone who I work with if I've been quiet on meetings while I've been on Teams calls with you. It's because I've been watching pond videos and trying to figure out how to build this thing and what I want to do and how big a job I want to take on. So it's really exciting, because I think a massive project would be brilliant. It would take up all my time. It would be good for the channel probably, because I'd get to make lots of videos on me screwing up a pond and having to retrofit it and fix it. But I really like the idea of that kind of project, because it's kind of like building a fish room. You need to do the logistics of building the fish room. Where am I going to put my wastewater? Where am I going to run my power to? Where am I going to run my water inlet and outlets from? How am I going to change water? How am I going to do this, that, the other? It's just like that, but on a bigger scale, really. So that's where we're at. So that's pond news and house news all wrapped into one. So mum or dad, if you are watching, we're back on track. We are probably still going to be moving. We just need to pick a date now. All the searches have been done, all the mortgage has been done, the solicitors are all doing all the solicitor things, charging you £45 a word for everything they do. Yeah, I think we're on the way. Sorry. I have to find out where we're up to yet. Alex Ward has a question about I think I've answered that one. On Discord, I asked about testing kits. I need a new one. I'm looking at the NT one. Do you have a preference? Pardon me. I don't have a preference. I've used many test kits in my time. I think my advice would be get one that's easy to use and stick to one type, because Man who has one test kit knows water parameters. Man who has two test kits, never sure. Because they all have their own differences and intricacies. So I like the API master test kit. Quite often they reduce it to kind of 15, 20 quid. So if you can hang on, wait for that, go for it. I really like the JBL Combi. I think it's Combi Master Kit or Combi Pro or something like that. That's really good, really easy to use, seems quite accurate. But my favourite one is the JBL Pro Test Strips. Pardon me. I know the API has a very similar one. You dip it in the water for 2 seconds, it comes with a card, you put it on a card and you take a picture of it with your phone and the app says your nitrates are high or low or whatever. It might not be exactly right, but it's consistent and it has a logging feature so you can tell whether it's higher than it was last week, or you can see a trend if it's rising. So even if you don't 100% trust the exact reading that it's giving you, you know what direction of travel it's going. So if it's consistent across the time and it's saying your nitrates are at 10, fine. If you think they're 20, then they're sticking at 20 and it's just saying 10, so you can stick with that. But I think that's really good for my situation when I've got tons of tanks. I can plug in the JBL app. In fact, I could even show you. Oh, I did have to reinstall it recently, but it's that JBL ProScan app. So you can... So there, I've only got 3 of my tanks on it at the moment, but you can put in all your tanks and go along, measure them all, and then you can just go in and look at the history of that tank and see how it has, whether it's going up or down for any particular element. I think that's really useful, really easy, and if you don't have to stand there for 20 minutes being a chemist, you'll probably do it more often, so I think that's a good thing. Pardon me. He's going there, Graham. Oh, Corey, Aqua Telford. Right. Well, maybe I will meet him then. Because I'm hoping to go as well. Is there a UK version of Aquashella? No. So there were like aquatic events that used to happen. So there was one down in, was it Hemel Hempstead a few years ago? They used to do that one regularly. They'd quite often hold the discus. I was going to say the discus championships, but that's not the right word. They would do discus shows, and it'd be the UK Bidca or whoever it was that was running it, the discus championships. Yeah, I guess it is. Where it would be a show and then there'd be a competition to find the best discus. But there'd be all kinds of fish there and all kinds of stands and stuff like that. But nothing like Aquashella, or the pictures that I've seen of Aquashella, nothing like that sort of thing. This thing in Telford that we're talking about, it's a trade show. You have to have a business to get into it, so it's not even open to the public really. And it's basically, you'll go along and see what Seachem's selling this year or what another company is pushing this year. I mean, it's good because you get to see lots of new products that are coming onto the market or just interesting things in general. The last time I went, I think that's where I interviewed a few of the big discus people. So if Corey's going this year, we might see Corey there, which would be good. Jab's in late as always. Nice to see you. Cal, yes, he might be going. We're just sorting that out for him. We can chat Thursday. I'm sure we could bump you into him. Yes, I'm sure. We're two of larger gentlemen. I'm sure we would quite easily bump into each other. We're going to Aqua too. Oh, there you go. We could car share. At least there'll be somebody I know there this time. The last time I went, it was a bit like a what's the word? I was going to say lamb to the slaughter, but it was nothing like that. Something trapped in the headlights. Rabbit in the headlights, there you go. Just wandering around going, I don't know anyone here. No one's talking to me. This is a bit weird. The only person I knew there was Pond Guru. He was the only one I'd ever talked to before. and he was there trying to sell all his bio-home stuff and shower filters and all that kind of stuff. I met a couple of the Discus guys that I'd known before, and I met Michael from Aaron's Aquariums. He was down there doing his YouTube stuff as well. I was just there. I shouldn't have went. I was completely out of place. But it was fun. I got to see lots of good and interesting stuff. Would love a garage for my car. Yeah, no one keeps things in garages these days. If Chris is the man, help required, please. What have I missed? Don't know. No more constant bird crap. Has anyone with a pond noticed that tadpole numbers have fell off a cliff this year? I don't really have a pond. I've only got a wee barrel this year. Noodle Sandwich says Pond Guru. But I do know Pond Guru. I get my biohome from it. In fact, I need to order some more probably. Anyone but Pond Guru. There you go. Keep it simple. Natural is the way for ponds. Well, the pond that I'm potentially planning. So the big pond would be actually two ponds. So it'd be a top pond, which might be fancy goldfish or just normal goldfish, feeding into a bottom pond, waterfall, into a really big pond, which would be for koi or something like that. But this would be the type of pond that I'd need to then build some kind of filtration room to the side of it. We're talking 2 or 3 bottom drains. It would be quite the undertaking. And I don't know if I can afford it. That's the main thing. So I have a little bit of a budget for building my new fish room. I reckon I'd probably spend it all on the new fish room because I want to get some big massive tanks in the fish room. I want to get lots of smaller tanks in the fish room, and I want to stock it with lots of interesting things that I can make videos about, do breeding projects about. So I'll probably spend all my money on that, and then I would need to save up money that I make through YouTube to spend on the pond, because that's kind of how I do my hobby. Is any money that I make through the website or YouTube, I can then reinvest in my hobby and build more tanks or buy more fish or do all these other things. So there's some logistics to work out. So I don't know if I'd want to go for something smaller and simple while I save up for a while to then go the big, whoa, that's a pond and a half. So I don't know. Will you be building bigger fish room in the new house? What would you do differently with the new fish room? I will be building a bigger fish room. Definitely going to be building a bigger fish room. So at the moment, I think I've got a third of a single garage. Then in the new place, I'm going to have at least half a double garage. So basically a full garage. What I'll do differently is I might look into a different racking system. So at the moment I use racks from Big Doug or Rackspace. I might look into building something out myself that's more bespoke, because I have an idea to build or to buy a load of different tanks, ordered by size, and maybe have one big massive monster tank at one end. But I might just keep the racking and buy more racking. I also want to have a bit of a build area somewhere where I can do projects and build projects. I want to run central air that we talked about differently. So yeah, it would definitely be different because I would have more space and more options, but I'd probably end up doing the same sort of thing where I would have a ton of smaller tanks, which would be breeders or grow on tanks, and then I might have a bunch of show tanks, if you like. They wouldn't be show tanks. They're not going to be all like proper with cabinets and all that kind of thing, but they'll be big tanks capable of keeping fish that are serving no purpose other than looking cool in my fish room. So whether it's snake heads, because I've always talked about wanting snake heads, or a big shoal of Oscars, or I don't know, whether it be something where I could do some kind of rescue for Maboo puffers that people have outgrown their tanks, or all kinds of options of things that I want to do in there. I've just not quite worked out the logistics of that, because if I do everything I want to do, I probably need 3 or 4 garages, rather than just half of one. So we'll see. It's going to be a bit of a work in progress. So it'll be quite the thing, hopefully. Fish room build videos, definitely. There'll be lots of fish room builds. Tetra also have that feature for the test strips. Yes, they do. So I think the Tetra app and the JBL app are very similar. I just went for the JBL one first. It works for me. I think the Tetra one, I've not heard anything bad about the Tetra one either. So pick your favourite. Festival of Fish Keeping, that's the one. And Aquatics Live ran for 2 years but wasn't popular enough to continue. There you go. Yeah, it was the Festival of Fish Keeping. That was the one that I was thinking of that I couldn't remember quite remember the name of it. Lily's husband is here. Welcome. We had a picture of you earlier in your new hoodie. Catfish Study Group has an annual convention. I think the British Cichlid Association has one as well, as does the Livebearers. And there's a big betta show. Yes, so the betta show happened quite near me a couple of years ago. I went along to that. But they're nowhere near on the same level as Aquashella or that kind of thing. How's the human performing? Give him a thumbs up. Yes, do that. James says, hi, what do you think about MD fish tanks? Yeah, I think he's great. He's yet another of the ones that have left me behind in the stratospheric rise to that he's going on. Yeah, he once credited me as getting him started or giving him the confidence to start his own channel by watching me. I chose to take that as a compliment, but quite often I think, does he mean that he thought I was that bad that anyone could do this, and then he decided to do it himself? But yeah, no, I have no ill feelings or ill wishes towards MD fish tanks. I watch his stuff every now and again. I don't actually watch all that much YouTube, if I'm perfectly honest. But yeah, no, I think Mark's doing a grand job these days. Lily's got her phone back now. Filter tubing recommendation needs to be flexible. I don't know if I've ever wanted to recommend filter tubing before, or even if I would know what all the different types are called. You get the rib stuff, which I've used extensively. That's great, but it does have a lifespan and it will wear out. And you have to use different types of clamps for each end, otherwise you will crush it and it will cause leaks. I can't remember what it's actually called, but that's the stuff I use all the time. Brian says, I've ordered media from Pond Guru before. Very helpful fella. Yes, he'll talk to anyone. He'll talk through all his... I sell... Well, I don't anymore because I haven't got any stock left, but I sell BioHome media on my website because I use it all over the place. Even if you don't trust the whole nitrate reduction thing, because it is quite a hard concept to get. BioHome is a very good media. It's a very efficient media. You need a lot less BioHome to get the same coverage from some of the other more expensive types. I get people, they do say, no, it's nonsense, it'll never work. But if you use BioHome in a normal canister filter, yeah, it probably would be 50-50 whether you actually get any nitrate reduction from that, because it needs low oxygen environments, and it's hard to get a low oxygen environment in a canister filter or in a normal filtration system, If you use it in a sump, you can get those things. If you use it in a special low flow, I know Mark's Aquatics, for instance, did a build of basically a big tube filled with biohome and did quite a low flow through that, and he got quite good results out of that. But even in canister filters, I have noticed it happen, because the way it does it is because it has the fast flow going past the media, but because it's so porous, the low flow and the anaerobic areas are actually within the media. You just need a lot more of the media to make that count for anything. But if you don't want to do that, if you could then get away with running a Fluval 200 series rather than the 300 series, because you filled it with biohome, because it's a better media. But there's lots of things about that. No need for any of that. It's a carp lake essentially, so gunk on the bottom and some algae is a good thing. You're going to get me into all kinds of trouble. I want bottom drains. I want it to work properly. Go big or regret it forever. Well, there is that as well, isn't there? I'd love to. I just don't know if I can go big straight away. I don't know if I can afford to go big straight away, if you know what I mean. Maboo display with some rummy nose. Concrete block racking system could be cheap and very strong. Yeah, but I think I want something in between the concrete block and 2x4s, and something that is nice looking. I'd quite like to have people round and show them round and be proud of something. If I had someone round to my fish room at the moment, you'd be like, ugh, look at the state of this place. It's racking, all the tanks are all out of order and all this, that and the other. I kind of want to face them off with some nice plywood or whatever it might be, some painted wood, so they're kind of like displays as well. I don't know, I'm still working through lots of ideas, so click that subscribe button and see what I end up doing. Simon, I use Richard's BioGravel media in both my tanks. It's great stuff. I love it as well. He also does a really good the BioGravel, which is good for shrimp tanks and stuff. I keep meaning to do that, but I've never actually quite got around to it. Mickey has it in the back of his Fluval Fix filled with BioGravel as well. Seems to be doing a good job. When or is the King chat happening? It's not happening. The King and I will chat. King of the DIY and I will chat and have chatted, but I don't think I'm going to do his chat on his podcast. I don't think it'll be good for either of us. The neighbours always get worried when you dig a 6-foot hole in the garden. Yeah, well, this would definitely be heavy machinery. The area, anyway, it's going to be quite the thing. Does the light factor affect the nitrate reduction? Do you know what? I'm not sure, if I'm completely honest. I know, I think it might have been Mark's Aquatics again, where he built two chambers. One was, no, was that somebody else that did that? I know someone did do like black ABS tubes filled with media to try and like make a nitrate reactor, and then they did a clear one as well. But I can't remember what the results were. I'll need to look that up. I don't think it would have too much of a factor, other than if it had light able to get to it, it might start to grow algae as well and act a bit like an algae scrubber maybe. Elvis died ages ago. So for those not in the know, in the past, Joey, the King of DIY, and I have fallen out about various issues, and things have been said, but we've had chats and discussions and agreed to disagree on many things. And he invited me onto his podcast to be the voice of someone who doesn't like him. I just couldn't think of a way where that would end up with me coming off well out of that. Because either I'd have to sit there and go, yeah, you are fantastic, like what you say you are, and I'm not going to do that. Or I'd have to say how I feel about certain things, and that would just be very, I don't know, disrespectful, I guess. Or I wouldn't like to go on someone else's channel and go, you did all these things wrong, and these are all bad things that you've done, and it's never going to, there's no way to pull that off well, or to pull that off with a, so I don't think it's going to happen, basically. You might see Michael from Michael's Fish Room, because I know when I said I wasn't interested, he said he was thinking of me and Michael from Michael's Fish Room. So I know Michael is a bit more business minded. He might go for it, because it will give his channel more exposure. But at the end of the day, if I want to grow my channel, I need all his viewers, or I need the potential for his viewers to come. I can't say I don't want any of the kind of DIY subscribers. I want to be able to say I disagree with him on some things, but the internet's big enough for both of us. We can do our own things. And at the end of the day, I'm a tiny speck on the horizon in comparison to a channel of his size. So that's where we ended up with that one. It's just probably not going to happen. Right, we're running out of steam, guys. We need some more questions. Otherwise, I'm going to have a toilet break. Oh, I could use my new toilet break thing, couldn't I? Yeah, let's do that. Right, I'm going to put you onto my quick break thing. And while I'm away, I'll only be a minute. Let me know any more questions you want to ask. We can do a quick fire round, and then we'll maybe do one more giveaway at the end. Or let me know what you fancy. Right, let's go for it. And I'm back. Hopefully that worked and you weren't just staring at an empty seat. You need a submarine ROV for your pond. That would be cool. That would definitely be cool. I will definitely do that. I don't think Corey's a fan of Joey either, to be fair. I don't think either of them are fans of either of them. I don't think there's any love lost between the two of them. Who's going to set a 1 minute timer? I think I made it, didn't I? Quick fire from Aquarium Addict. Open top tanks or not? I've lost too many fish in the last week. What's your thoughts? open top tank. I have found 3 fish this week because I've been cleaning around this area, getting ready to break the tank down. I found 3 celestial pearl daniels or galaxy rasboras, whichever you prefer. Mummified almost. I didn't even think they were jumping fish. So yeah, massive risk for jumping fish. My big discus tank is actually an open top tank, but I have a screen or a lid, a DIY lid on it. I've had discus jump through tanks that have lids on them. I like the look. I mean, there's no getting away from the look. It's nice, it's clean, it's premium, if that's a thing. But it is a danger. So you can get these mesh lids as well that you can get made that can help out. But for looks, yes. Practicality, no. Oh, Simon, I forgot it gives you a headache. Yeah, I was going to make another one that is just in real time. I'll try that for next week. 15-gallon flex with breeding pair of bristlenose, pH 6.8, something else I could put a pair of in to breed that isn't cribs or rams. What about pistogrammas? You could have a pair of them. Lots of different types to choose from. Cories, maybe? They're not really a pair, but I'd probably go with pistos because they could get their own little area. If you gave them enough hiding spots, that might work. Usain Bolt discus. Yeah, half the speed. Okay, yeah, I know how to take my medicine. It was too quick. Sorry about that. My Corey's always flick water at me from my open top tank, says Lily. Yes. Joey's not a fan of Corey either. Called him an extra on his own stream. Yeah, so I think Joey has a problem with letting his mouth run sometimes. You'd probably do well to not say some of these things because they have to share the same space, so why would they be? I don't know. I've told Joey I think he's a tool many times, and I think even he admits he is a bit of a tool at times. But he say one thing about me, he does speak his mind. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I'm never going to be on Joey's Christmas card list, but I did have him call me a few weeks back, and we talked for quite a while, or I listened for quite a while he talked. And as much as he annoys me, he did make sense in some of the things he was saying, but I don't think we're ever going to get on properly, so I don't see what benefit it would be, even to him, to have me on his show. I don't know why he would want to have me on his show unless he thinks he's going to be able to just overpower me with his barrage of talking, which he probably would do because he does not shut up. But at the end of the day, I argue for a living almost. I know how to hold my own in an argument, so it wouldn't go like that, and it would just end up being a bit of a farce. I don't think that makes either of us look good. Paul says, I've always covered my tanks, don't want jumpers and the loss of water through evaporation. That's a massive point, actually, yes. When I didn't cover my discus tank, I would lose quite a lot of water, litres per day, which just plain stopped as soon as I put the cover on it. In fact, this tank here has one of my Corotherm type lids, DIY lids on it, and this tank here is not quite the same size, but there's near enough the same size or same sort of water volume. This one loses 2, 3, 4 times as much water as that one does. That one barely loses any water. I have to fill this, so if I was only topping off, I'd have to top this one off maybe once a month, if that. This one needs at least once a week. That's some clean glass. You can't be talking about me there. That's not one of my things. Need some death metal. Loss of water or top-up versus water change. Loss of water or top-ups versus water change. I'm a discus keeper. I'm a big fan of water changes. I can't really go wrong with them. Oh yeah, Sharpie's model of quantity. Apistogrammas, that's my fallback. Oh well, at least we're all of the same mind, so two of us have said it. That's what you need to go for. What do you keep your discus at, and what is the coldest you've kept them at for display, not breeders? I keep them at 29. The coldest I've kept them at is probably 28, 27, 28. For very short periods of time, I've dropped the temperature all the way down to 25. And no problem at all. I'd accidentally left a water change hose in for hours and dropped it way, way down into the single figures, which almost killed them all. But that's the current fish that I've got now, and they all pulled back from that and survived. So obviously don't go with cold water, but while they will thrive at warmer temperatures, they don't need to be kept at 30, 32 degrees constantly. I go with 29. I think that's fine. It gives me a little bit of leeway to keep more fish with them at the same time. I'd be happy to go down to 28 or 27 even. I don't think that would be a problem at all. Breeding, I'd probably bump it up a little bit because that gets the metabolism moving. You can get more food into them and get them into breeding conditions a little bit better. But for display tank, yeah, a couple of degrees lower, not a problem at all. Looking for some quality Adolphi Cory. Oh, I've never heard of them. I'm going to have to Google that. No, I need to have to spell it. Not Adolf Hitler. Adolphi. Yeah, Google's telling me that's not a thing. Corridors Adolphi. Adolfo's Cory. Oh yeah, I have seen them. What name do I know them by? So that's these. Rebecca will be getting flashbacks now, using her old place of employment. That's not what I would have called an Adolphi or Adolfo Cory. I know that by another name, but I can't think what the other name is. They look like something else, but maybe they're a different size or something. I can't remember. Welcome to the worst fish keeper show in the world. Who doesn't know what anything's called? But they're nice. I like them. I like all Corys, so that's one of the things I want to do in my new fish room is have lots of different breeding groups of Corys, because I really like Corys as well. And there's loads of good information out in the interwebs about Corys as well, so it should be reasonably easy to do it. Top-up's not as useful as water changes, very true. I do lots of water changes anyway, because that's my thing as a discus keeper. My fish room runs on an auto top-up, so it's auto water change, so it's constantly topping up everything. Yeah, I did wash my hands, Lily, I guess. I fit that in and everything. Did anyone see The Secret History of Living in Your Aquarium with the King of DIY, and what's your view on that episode? So that's why he phoned me, is because he thought he was treated unfairly from that episode, and he was trying to get me to come on his podcast to explain from the point of view of someone who doesn't like him, so as he got a chance to tell me why I was wrong. So I don't want to go into it too much, but basically he says... So my view when I watched it was, what the hell happened there? Because I didn't watch it, I didn't see it. Someone had to... One of my other friends from the US... But in fact, anytime Joey does anything wrong, I get a load of emails and a load of messages from people saying, "Oh, have you seen what he's done now? You hate him, don't you? Make a video about it. Make a video about it." And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that anymore, because it doesn't help when I make videos about Joey. But when it finally got published, I watched it, obviously, because everyone was going on about it, and thought, oh, that was a big pile of nothing. It was like a I don't know, an hour-long live stream or a 2-hour-long live stream. It was literally the last 10 minutes. He said something. In fact, I think there was just a bit of a misunderstanding about what they were talking about different things, and it just got weird instantly. And Joey went off on one, just trying to say, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're saying this, oh, this happens all the time to me, all you guys, you all gang up on me, blah, 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 blah. And Alex from Secret Life was saying, what the hell's going on here, man? Because Joey was going, oh, I can't believe you've not deleted this. I can't believe you can't still be live. Oh my God, all this kind of stuff. And it was weird. And I thought, I didn't get, so Joey phoned me afterwards to say, oh no, look at all these screenshots I've got. This guy Alex has sent me, he's threatening me that he's going to publish videos. He's threatening me with lawyers. I've not been to any lawyers. I've not done this. I've not done the other. I was like, I don't care. Why are you telling me? I have no interest in any of this. So my view on the episode was it was weird. I don't understand why it went south so quickly. There didn't seem any reason for that to happen. When it did go south, Joey reverted to type and was an arsehole. Because one of the things he was saying to me is, oh, why does everyone keep saying that I'm gaslighting? I was like, if you don't want people to accuse you of gaslighting, don't do things that look like gaslighting, because you are the dictionary definition of all the things that look like gaslighting. And it was a bit like, oh, right, oh, okay. So, it just, I don't know. I can't handle the admin of the drama if you get involved with Joey and saying bad things about Joey, because all his hordes of fans come over and go, oh no, I can't believe you, you big beardy ugly fat bastard, you can't say these things about my hero. I'm like, well, all right. Don't know why I went off on that little tangent there. Where did I get to? Do I think it's temp related? Do I think what temp related? Question for the loo break. What brand of loo roll do you use? I use whatever they sell in Asda. So I think that's where I buy my loo roll. Asda own brand. Any experience using the Ebo food range? I don't, sorry. What's the name of the tune you've been using at the end of the stream? The Rocky number. Oh, I don't know. I could probably find out. It's by Stream Beats. So Harris Heller, I think. Outro live. So let's put me on small face. So this is my live stream outro. Is it this one? If it is, it's called Never Be the Same. There you go. No, don't know if you were able to hear that, but there you go. What's your screen lid? I don't know what that means. Oh, the lids of the tank. It's this stuff. As he breaks everything, I don't know if you can see that, but it's basically like it's called Corotherm. It's like a twin wall polycarbonate thing that you just cut to size with a Stanley knife. My question was, what fish to possibly keep with breeding cories? Anything that won't eat their eggs should be fine. So anything that's, I mean, most things will eat eggs actually. So, I mean, if you want to breed cories, you probably have to keep them on their own or just with some really, 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 really small fish, because fish eggs to other fish is kind of, that's their kind of, ooh, love it. Like a fly screen with acrylic flame. Oh yeah, I've got one of those lids as well. So I think DD make a type of lid as well, but there's another company whose name escapes me. What are they called? But yeah, they make a frame to fit any size at all, and it just has like a nylon thing. Evaporation versus water changes, though. I want... Have I read this? Sorry, I'm getting all confused. I don't know what's going on here. Evaporation versus water changes. Well, I like to do water changes. So, water changes. Ironic that you need tools to do DIY. The Corotherm lid was probably one of the best things I've done for the tank, says Mickey. Yeah, I mean, they're great because they let the light through and they keep the evaporation down to a minimum. Oh dear, I thought my Tiger Barb tank was evaporating too much. It turned out the bottom had cracked and the wooden chest of drawers was absorbing it. Better you find out than find out when it all hits the floor. I find Joey goes out of his way to kick off, similar to the bully in the classroom. He does, but I think he's also a massive target, as well as a massive... He's a massive target because he is the big, exuberant name in the game. I mean, he's not the biggest YouTuber anymore in the fish world, but the fact that he can't have a discussion without telling you how brilliant he is and how many subscribers he's got and how many times he's been on the recommended page and all these things, you're like, yeah, all right, I get it. You've done well. You still put your trousers on the same way as everyone else. Similar to skunk cory. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, possibly. Bandit. I think that was the one I was thinking of. Bandit cories. I'm out of beer. Almost. I think it was bandits that I was thinking of. Aquarium safe hand soap. Oh, I've never thought about that before. I don't know. Right, I'm going to scroll through all the Joey comments. I don't want to make this all about Joey. Everyone's now Googling gaslighting. It's basically when you shout at someone and tell them what they're doing rather than it actually being what they're doing. You just kind of bombard them with, what you're doing is this. And when you do these things, and they're like, what? I'm not doing that. It's nothing to do with lighting farts. Do I think I'll get a monster tank anytime soon? Yes, I do. Oh, so that's another idea I've had. So definitely, I do want a big monster tank because I want some options on keeping some big fish. And I'll get that in my new fish room, hopefully. But I've also had some thoughts about... So this is very strange, but in the new house, in the living room, there's a living room that goes into a conservatory type of thing. It's not a real proper conservatory. And the glass in the living room, it's like this window that's like 15 feet long and floor to ceiling, and it's big ceilings as well. But it's just a single pane of glass. So I'm like, oh, we're going to replace that with like some bifold doors or something like that. So we'll take that bit of glass out. And then the conservatory's got some really shit bits of glass as well, but they're all massive bits of single pane glass. They're not double glazing or anything like that. So I've got a little bit of a plan to take all these massive panes of glass and start to make my own tanks with this glass. And like I say, it's like 15 feet long by 8 feet tall. I could make a load of big tanks out of this glass, so I might learn how to make some big monster tanks out of some recycled glass. And there'll be some kind of eco-warrior recycling properly. So yes, I do have plans for monster tanks, but that'll be what it is. What are your favourite aquarium plants? So my favourite aquarium plants are things like Amazon's hordes. I really like them. I really like crypts. I like all the varieties of crypts, really. I like Valcinarius. I like even some of the slower growers. Oh, mosses. I'm a big fan of moss. I think that covers a multitude of sins. If you've got a lot of moss, it can be cover, it can be breeding space, it can be somewhere for fry to hide, it can harbour food. It does all kinds of brilliant things. This is just me for forgetting the name of what they called. Really slow growing, has a rhizome. You don't plant it in the substrate. Nice and green. It's right there. It's right there as well. And there. Oh, Limnophilia sessiflora. I think that's a great plant. Grows like a weed. What the hell is that called? I'm going to have to go on the internet again. Welcome to the world's worst aquarist. All I can think of is pothos. I don't know why. It isn't that, but it's the only thing I can think of. It's the only thing in my head right now. Anubias. There we go. Get there in the end. Anubias. Monster tanks make me a bit sad, but maybe that's because I've been to SeaWorld. Oh, well, I have no intentions of keeping any killer whales. It'll be for things like Oscars or snakeheads or maybe arowana. I quite fancy them maybe, but it'll be that sort of thing. I want to keep, and puffers, because I want to get puffers again, but I want to keep things that you normally see in a big tank singularly, in a monster tank in a group. So like a group of Oscars. I've always wanted to have a group of Oscars together. But you just need a ridiculous size tank to be able to pull that off. Most fish eat their eggs the first time round. Yep, that's my experience as well. And most fish will eat eggs if they have the chance, and even if they're the parents, they'll eat the eggs. But if they have the chance and they say, it's like you coming across, oh, McDonald's giving away free food. Yeah, I'll have one. That's what eggs is to most fish. What sort of size would most cories start breeding at? Well, it depends on the cory, because they're all different sizes as well. I reckon, so I've bred Sterby cories, I think they were about somewhere between a year to 18 months was when they started breeding. I can't remember exactly, but there'd be different ones at different sizes, different times, all different things. Paul's in, very late, just home from the pub. Hope you're well. Hope you're well yourself. Nice to see you here. Oh, we've had a super chat. Palmolive Aquarium exists, by the way. Oh, I've missed that. Oh, is that for the hand soap thing? There you go, Palmolive Aquarium. That's your aquarium safe. Mark sent me a £5 super chat. There you go, Graham. I'd like to pay my way old school. Thank you very much. What's your second favourite beer? Second favourite beer. I don't know. I'd probably answer this differently on different days, but I quite like that Italian one that I had when they ran out of Hop House 13. I might need to move on to that. I can't remember what it's called. You know, brain like a sieve. Oh, you might remember, Paul. You liked that beer as well. Remember Montebra? I don't know what it's called. Italian beer. Menabrea. There you go. That's the stuff. Yeah, I quite like that. Sleeping pills kicking in. Have fun. Stay safe, everyone. Good night, Sharpie. Nice to see you here. Remember and send me your address and I'll send you your winnings. Anubius. Yes, Alan. Anubius. I got there in the end. Oh. With respect, who are the top Corey breeders in the UK? I always get this wrong as well. So I don't know if he's a Corey breeder, but there's a guy in the UK who is very experienced and has written lots of books, and people all over the world quote him for Corey knowledge of how to keep them, where to find them, what behaviour, breeding, all that kind of thing. And by the time I Googled it, someone will have typed it in the chat as well, because I must have mentioned this 3 or 4 times. What's his name? Ian something. Ian Fuller, there you go. Yeah, so he's done lots of research on corridors and different types of corridors and everything you ever might want to know about them. I don't know whether he's like a breeder as such, as in, can you go to him and buy his fish? I've mostly got mine from places like Facebook when they were allowed to sell fish. You join a group and someone would sell you something. I'll have a look and see through any of my contacts of anyone that might have any, and see if we can hook you up, Phil. Alan's looking forward to seeing my monster tank. I might be calling in some of your expertise, because snakeheads are definitely something I want to keep in my new fish room. Smallest tank you'd keep a Fahaka in? I'd probably, well, depending on size. So if it was for a lifetime, you probably kind of 4 or 5 foot is the minimum, really. Alan's off, so he probably didn't hear me saying how much I liked snakeheads. Moneybrow, yes, we got there, something like that. I knew it was something like that. Is it Ian Fuller or something like that? It is indeed Ian Fuller. Right, I think, guys, we've come to a natural end. I've run out of beer. This is my last little sip. So if you've got any last question, get it in quick. Otherwise, I'm going to kick you all the hell out of here. Send you off to go and see Mipplestrot Aquatics. Are they actually streaming? I don't know. Let's have a wee check while you type your last final questions in if you want them. Yep, they're streaming now. So I'll send you off over there. Maple Street Aquatics. Can we put a link in the chat, do you think?
Weekend. So it was kind of a funny story. I should have made a video on that. It was funny.
Shut him up. There you go. And nobody's asked me any questions. So thank you everyone for coming. If you could, on the way out, click the like button. Don't leave quite yet, because I've got my new end screen that you all have to watch and enjoy. But I'll leave with that. Thank you very much for joining me. Click like, click subscribe, click join, click all the buttons, buy some things. aquariumadventures.co.uk. Thank you for coming. See ya.